Let us not forget everything that happens. It's by the will of Allah. Holy will. It's time to unite and stand, and we will be the best amongst men. It's not time to be extreme or duty unthinkable, but to stand together as one. Tune into Sunnah followers, streaming every day, various platforms. Trust me, you'll find a way. Sunnah followers. Hey, I got a couple questions for y'all. The first one, who is your Lord? What is your religion? Who is your prophet? Now, I know this sounds crazy, but if you're one of those people that have been trying to get information and you come across this, or even this. All right, take a listen.
Assalamu alaikum. I am Sister lailanasheeba, the Managing Director and Founder of Sunnahfollowers Online Islamic University. As you know, we have classes every day beginning at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we cover everything from Aqidah, which is your belief system, to Sirah, which are the stories of the Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the story of the companions. Please join us every day beginning at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we are broadcasting and streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, DLive, Trovo, and Twitch. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Join us every Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern for the Access to Layla Live call-in and answer show. Please join Ustada lailanasheeba. If you have any questions in regards to this theme, call in at 862-370-2838. Now streaming on various platforms right here on Sunnahfollowers.
This is from Sunnahfollowers. This is from Sheikh Salim. We need to unite. Sisters, wear your hijab, wear your beards, be proud of your beard. Stay home, stay in your home. Stand up, unite, and stand for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
That's right, Sali. We all should stand up in solidarity, not transgressing the limits of Allah, but standing together with patience and understanding. This is Sunnahfollowers.
With dignity, humility, and balance.
Assalamu alaikum. This is Yusuf and this is Ayub. And if you are benefiting like we are from the classes and the ongoing programming, tuning into the Sunnah followers, please donate. Let this be an ongoing sadaqah jariyah on your behalf. You're helping the kids, the deaf, and everyone seeking knowledge. And it's a wealth of information every day you tune in. Don't forget, you are being rewarded for your generous donations to keep this programming on air. You know, just like what you're hearing, put your dollar where the dollar's at, right here on Sunnahfollowers. Don't forget, donate. Right here to Sunnahfollowers and dollars out. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum. Sunnahfollowers presents a new and exciting course to add to your Islamic learning and development. Interpretation in Living with the Quran, taught by Sheikh Saad Hassanin, considered to be one of the most accomplished scholars of Quranic science in the United States. He is a member of AMJA, the Assembly of Muslim Jurists of America. He holds a PhD in Islamic Studies, professor at IUM. His specialty is in 10 different styles of Quranic recitation and jurisprudence. Classes will be held every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern, streaming right here on Sunnahfollowers. Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. Please join us on Saturdays, 9 p.m. Eastern, for a special presentation. We welcome Dr. Ibrahim Dramali for the Dream Interpretation, exploring the art and science of dreams. Once again, it's Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern. If you would like to attend, we do ask you to please join the Zoom room to detail your dreams for interpretation. We look forward to seeing you there, and we look forward to having your dream interpreted by Dr. Ibrahim Dramali, streaming right here on Sunnahfollowers. You will make it through. The Fitrah is awake in you. With Quran and Sunnah by your side, here's a place where it will thrive. You will make it through. You will make it through. The Fitrah is awake in you. With Quran and Sunnah on his side, here's a place where it will thrive. You will make it through. With Quran and Sunnah on his side, here's a place where it will thrive. You will make it through.
Ina alhamdulillah, wa salat, wa salam ala wa rasulullah. Welcome to our first class for tonight, which is the Aqidah class, which is the most important class that we teach here at Sunnah Followers, because as I remind everyone, including myself, every day, if our good deeds want to be accepted, we have to have, first of all, the correct belief system. So if you want your good deeds to be accepted, your belief system has to be correct. You can't be one of those Muslims that believes that there's going to be kafirs in paradise. Oh, yeah. How many of you know people like that? You hear a lot of Muslims say, there's going to be some Christians in paradise and there'll be Christians in hell. There'll be Jews in paradise. There'll be Jews in hell. There'll be Muslims in paradise and Muslims in hell. That's incorrect. The only people of paradise will be Muslims. There will be no non-believers in paradise. Paradise is the reward for those of us who nourished our fitrah in this world. Paradise is for those of us who lived each day of our life remembering what we were created to do, and that is to worship Allah and to prove to him every day of our existence that we do indeed believe in him, because all of our good deeds, we do them solely for him. And this is another point that I want to emphasize here, and we're going to talk about it in today's lecture as well. In order for your good deeds to be accepted, that's the first point. The first point is it must have been done only for Allah, not for Allah and anyone else. As Allah tells us in a beautiful hadith qudsi, I have no need for any deed that was done for my sake and the sake of someone else. This is an important point because a lot of Muslims are under the delusion that we can do good deeds for the sake of Allah and somebody else. I learned how I clean my house. I clean the house up because I want to please Allah and my mother. I want my mother and father to be pleased with me, and I want Allah to be pleased with me. Guess what? That won't work. Your mother and father may be pleased with you, but Allah is not. And Allah tells us he don't need it. He's not going to accept that deed of yours. He's not in need of it because it should have been done solely for him. Since it was done for him and your mother and father, he don't need it. That's shirk. That's associating partners with the law. That shows that you don't really believe in him. So I want all the Muslim kids here to know. I want all the kids here to understand we do the good deeds to please Allah. And as the earn his love. And when Allah loves you, he calls Jibril and he says, oh, Jibril, I love so-and-so. And I want you to love that person too. So Jibril will then go and announce to all the inhabitants, of the heavens, Allah loves so-and-so. And Allah wants us to love that person too. So then all the inhabitants of the heavens will love you. And then the angels of mercy, they descend upon the earth. They trade shifts. They come down every day at Fajr and Asr. When those angels of mercy descend upon the earth, they will cause the people who need to love you. They will cause people that need to be pleased with you to be pleased with you. So you take the garbage out every day because it's something that pleases, that your mother and father commands you to do. So you say, my mother and father commands me. They told me that every day I have to take the trash out before I go to bed. Okay? And Allah tells me, obey my parents, obey my mother, and obey my father unless they tell me to do something that contradicts what Allah says. Allah, I am obeying you, Allah, buy out this garbage. Y'all see what I'm saying? So that way you take the garbage out and Allah becomes happy and pleased with you. And he will announce it to the angels. And then the angels of mercy will descend and tell your parents, they'll whisper to your parents, be pleased with your son because he takes the garbage out. He obeyed his Lord by obeying you. And he obeyed you by taking out the garbage because you didn't command him to do anything that contradicts what Allah says. Y'all see how it works? Am I breaking it down? So pleasing Allah, we do all our good deeds to please him. And in turn, he causes the people to love us. Okay, as a Muslim woman, you're supposed to guard in your husband's absence what he would have you to guard. You're supposed to obey your husband in everything he commands you to do, unless it's something that Allah doesn't say you have to do, or unless it's something that contradicts what Allah says you should do. And by honoring these rights that your husband has, in turn, you're doing it to please Allah because you want Allah to say, wow, she died. And when you're in that grave, you want those angels to come to you in that grave and say, Subhanallah. You fulfilled all the obligations that Allah imposed upon you, including the obligation of obeying your husband and guarding in his absence what he'd have you to guard. And because you did it for the sake of Allah and you did your job right, Allah is pleased with you. So now you can enter paradise through whatever gate you choose. Your husband's not the one approving you to enter paradise. Just like the mother is not lifting up her foot to approve you. Entry into paradise is through Allah, guys, not your mother, not your husband, not anyone or anything else. But because we honored the commands of Allah, that's how you earn Allah's approval. And that's why when you were living on this earth, your husband loved you and your husband was kind to you, because he can say, out of all the wives he ever had, you were the one who fulfilled your duties the best. Y'all understand? Does everybody understand what I'm saying? So it's all about doing the deeds to please Allah, not anybody else. Why do I sit here on the internet giving dawah? Why do I make sure that I hold myself accountable before I give my classes and even afterwards? I stay up at night listening to my recordings to see if I need to make corrections. I'm not doing it for fame. I'm not doing it for money, because I don't get paid for this. And I don't have no fame. I've been doing this longer than anybody else on the internet, and that's a fact. I've been doing dawah since 1986, longer than anybody you know, including those so-called mufti people. So, and I ain't famous. Don't want to be famous in this world. I want my fame to be in paradise. I want the angels to make dua for me in paradise. Okay, so, but I do it for Allah. It's not for fame. It ain't for money. Allah has made me independent and self-sufficient, alhamdulillah. But it's all about, I want more from my Lord. I want more from my Lord. I want my Lord to be pleased with me and to love me to the point where he'll never, ever allow the hellfire to touch me. Because that's another authentic hadith. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that Allah says, my servant will fulfill all the obligations I impose upon him or her. And then they'll do the voluntary deeds, extra good deeds that I didn't impose upon them, to the point where I end up loving them. And when I love you, I promise I will never allow the hellfire to touch anyone whom I love. That's a promise that Allah has given us, guys. He said, anyone whom he loves, he has promised he'll never let the hellfire touch us. So that's why I sit here and do this. I don't have to give dawah. Dawah is not an obligation upon any of us. This is a voluntary deed. But I do it because I do it well. Number one, and that's not bragging or boasting. I'm just speaking the truth. I do it because somebody has to teach the truth, because we're living in the days of the ruwaybida. There's too many people that's not doing dawah correctly, that is not putting the true Islam out. So I have to step up to the plate. Okay? And I'm doing it because I want to be that one that Allah loves. So he'll look at me on the day of judgment and say, guess what? Despite whatever shortcomings you have, lailanasheeba, the fact that you were diligent in doing this deed and you did it well, and you did it solely for me, I forgive you of all those shortcomings. Now go on ahead and enter paradise and join the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and those female heroines who you used to talk about, who are waiting to hug you. Hello, that's what I want. So I can be in the company of those female companions. I can hug Hani. I can kiss Aisha's cheeks. I can tell Salama what a great role model she's been for me. I wanted her toughness and I got it. That's what I want. So again, guys, all of our deeds, it's not for your husband. It's not for your mother, your father. It ain't for Layla. It's for Allah. Does everybody understand that? Because as we've been talking about in this series, after Allah created Adam and blew the soul into him, that's when he created all of our souls. All of our souls. And he gathered us together on Mount Arafat. He made us testify to the fact that he is who he is. Okay? We accepted free will. And then we stayed wherever Allah keeps our souls. We stayed wherever Allah keeps our souls until he placed it in the womb of your mother. And everything we forgot, wherever we were with him, we don't remember it. But that fitrah that was in that soul attached to the heart, the human heart, and that fitrah wants to find its way back to Allah. That fitrah, all it remembers is that Allah is Allah is Allah. And the truth is the truth is the truth. And it's trying to find its way back to Allah. And we're supposed to nourish our fitrah and help it find its journey back to Allah. Does everybody understand that? So we talked about how there's certain things that Allah, that shows how merciful he is. There's certain things that Allah told us of. Certain things that he told us of that will stand as barriers in the way of our journey back to him. We talked about the emotions of the heart. We're human. We have emotions. Those emotions can become barriers for us. Love can be a barrier. Many of you are experiencing the barrier of love because you love your husband more than you do Allah. That's why you're doing deeds to please him when you should be doing them to please Allah. And that's why your life is messed up. Maybe if you stop trying to please your husband and instead try to please Allah, then maybe your Allah will make your husband care about you more. Okay? Or you love your children. A lot of you love your children more than Allah. You're allowing your children to sell drugs right from out of your house. Oh, yeah. You allowing your children to stay in your house and have sex out of wedlock. Okay? That's how love becomes a barrier. Many of you have the barrier of hate in your heart because you couldn't control your jealousy. You couldn't control your anger. So now that jealousy that you've had for someone, that anger that you had that's not really worth holding on to, has turned into hatred for another Muslim, another believer who's really a good person. It's just that you're angry because they did something that you didn't agree with. So love, hate can become terrible barriers of the heart. Just like loneliness. That's something that I struggle with. What do I struggle with? Loneliness. My personal jinn is always whispering to me, Layla, don't nobody understand you. Oh, this is what my jinn does. Oh, yeah. That my personal jinn is always whispering to me, trying to convince me that nobody gets you. You're different. You're not like anyone else. Nobody understands you. They're all going to laugh at you. They all think you're crazy. They don't get you. You don't belong nowhere. That's what my jinn does. So you're just by yourself. And I have to say, A'udhu Billahi. Get up out of here. I don't want to fit in. I'm supposed to be different. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was different. Aisha radiallahu anha was different. Hani was different. El-Kanza was different. All the heroines of Islam were different. So I'm like them. We're supposed to be different. That's how you defeat shaytan, by the way. And I'm going to talk about that during Ramadan. When your personal jinn starts whispering to you like that, trying to get you to succumb to the evil emotions of the heart, such as loneliness, anxiety. They want to take you to depression. The way to come out of it is argue against your jinn. I'm supposed to be different. Allah says be distinct. Be a pioneer. Don't blend in to be like everybody else, because most everybody else is going to be in hell. I want to be that one that stands out, that makes it to paradise. You got to say that type of stuff. That'll make your jinn go sit down. And that'll take those evil subconscious thoughts from out of your heart. And we're going to talk more about that during the month of Ramadan, because during Ramadan, I'm going to teach you guys how to purify, how to really sit down and purify yourself of all that negativity. Okay? So there's different emotions that can serve as barriers of the heart. And yesterday we talked about a really dangerous one called shirk. Shirk is an Arabic word that means many different things. One of its meaning is to associate partners. But the bottom line, the word shirk refers to disbelief, to disbelieve in Allah, to disbelieve in his oneness. That's what shirk means. And there's many sins of disbelief, many sins of shirk. Shirk is not just limited to worshiping an idol. Celebrating birthdays, that's a form of shirk. Because the simple fact that you believe that a human being is to be celebrated because he or she was born, that's shirk. That's associating partners. That's disbelieving. Our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam taught us the only one worthy of celebration is who? Allah. That's it. That's why in Islam, we don't even eulogize. It's haram for us to eulogize people. Because the only one worthy of being praised and glorified is Allah, not any human being. So for all you Muslims out there that go around wishing people happy birthday, you are associating partners with Allah. You're telling that person to enjoy their day because they were born. And because they were born, they should be eulogized. They should be celebrated. Astaghfirullah. Do y'all see how many of people are going to be in hell? Remember, the prophet said out of every 1,000 people you know, 999 will be in hell. Most Muslims I know celebrate birthdays. I'm the only one I know that don't. So I'm the one, inshallah, that won't be in hell. The rest of y'all can burn, baby, burn, and do disco fever with John Travolta and Olivia. Because you spent your life celebrating something other than Allah. Y'all understand that? That's a powerful hadith. 999. So many of us practice shirk, disbelief. Doing good deeds to please anyone other than Allah. That's disbelief too. Did y'all know that? That's shirk too. So you sisters who are wearing hijab just to please your husband, Allah is not accepting it. And guess what? You made your husband your God. So hello, welcome to the hellfire. See how simple it is for us to fall victim. This is why the prophet said a lot of us on the day of judgment will be bankrupt. You will stand there thinking that you did all these good deeds and you have nothing because they were all done with intentions of pleasing someone other than Allah. 999 people that you know. Y'all see that? Y'all better stop all that pleasing people and please Allah. It's about pleasing Allah. You don't want to be bankrupt. That's shirk. Well, today we're going to speak about another sin. Another sin. Another sin that stands in the way of your fitrah. If your personal jinn sees that he can't get you to shirk, to disbelieve, he'll try to get you to do this one. It's known as innovation. And by the way, birthdays is that too. Not only is birthdays shirk, but it's also innovation. It falls in both of these categories. To innovate means to introduce something new, a new act of worship into this religion. Birthdays, celebrations. Celebrations are actions of worship, guys. So when you guys say happy birthday to someone, not only are you associating partners with your Lord, but you're innovating too. Because the Prophet Muhammad did not teach us to go around telling people happy birthday. In fact, he warned us against it. He told the companions, do not do what the Jews did to my brother Jesus. Well, a companion came and stood up for him. And he said, no, you don't stand and bow before me. This is what the Persians do. I went to Persia. The Persians, they bow before their leaders. And I thought that I should bow. No, don't do that to me. He said, you don't glorify me that way. The only one deserving of that type of glorification is Allah. So what would he say to you sick Muslims and y'all happy birthday? Well, he told them, don't celebrate me. Don't celebrate me. I am just a man. It's another authentic hadith. I'm just a man. Only Allah is deserving to be celebrated. Why is it that Umar, radiallahu anha, fired Khalid bin Walid? My cousin Mukhtar will talk about that with y'all, inshallah, when he does the Caliphate of Umar. The first thing Umar did when he became the leader of the Muslims is he fired Khalid. He said, and I am not firing you for any reason other than this. Every victory that we Muslims get, the people praise and glorify you for it. The only one worthy of praise and glorification, Khalid, is Allah. So I'm going to fire you and replace you with someone else so the people can see that victory comes from Allah, not from no human being. See those companions? That's why they will be the 70,000 that enter paradise without being held accountable. And not you. You don't even know to stop saying happy birthday. You think that you are the strongest in your iman? As Allah himself says in the Quran, only a few, he says, only a few from the later generations. You think you one of those few when you sitting around singing happy birthday to your people? You sitting around accrediting people, glorifying them and eulogizing them? So I want everybody to take out their books. This is the book, Diluting Wala Wal Bara. Today we will be covering pages 110 to 112. We're going to speak about 2 other barriers of the heart. Innovation is one. Okay. Wait a minute. Is it? Can you guys hear? Hold on. Twitch. Can y'all see that? D Live. Wait a minute. Okay. You got it? Y'all can see me? And you can hear? Okay. The sound is good on YouTube and stuff too, right, guys? Yeah, if you got sound problems, check your personal computers, because from this streaming program I'm using, it's registering that everything is A-okay. I don't have no sound issues with the internet. So it must be your computer, okay, brother? Okay. Just log out, and maybe it's your internet. Log out, because where are you at? You're in Canada? Is it snowing where you guys are? Yeah, log out and log back in. Okay, while he's logging out, let me put this down so I can put okay, don't worry. He doesn't want me to start till he comes back in. I'm so glad. And by the way, may Allah bless everybody, the new people. I have a lot of new people listening and learning from me from Canada. I got the sisters here from South Africa, Cape Cod. What's that called? Cape Town? I'm sorry, Cape Cod. That's America. Cape Town. I want to welcome them here. And I got a lot of brothers here listening from Canada. This is a group from out of Canada. You brothers know Hatham? I think Hatham brought these people here, guys. I think these are friends of Brother Hatham. Oh. Alhamdulillah. Okay, let me, while he rejoins, let me take this down so I can be ready when he comes in. And I want to remind everybody, don't forget, after this class at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have a real good scholar. He's a jurist on the AMJA, American Muslim Jurist Association of America, Sheikh Saud Hassanin. He will be doing Quran interpretation and how to apply it to your life today at 8 p.m. So you don't want to, that's why these brothers, they don't know who Hatham is, but they said they know who Sheikh Saud is. Okay, that's why you here. Okay, alhamdulillah. So you brothers know Sheikh Saud. MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Yeah, so they're here because for his class, which will be after my, okay. But they said that they're enjoying my class too. Okay, alhamdulillah. Really, that's what I heard. They're saying that Sheikh Saud is one of the best scholars in America. They say that he has his own Quran school and he gives ijazah. Oh, really? He gives ijazah in the Quran. Oh, mashallah. Okay, well, yeah, his class is after this. Let me set this up so I can have my class done in time for his. Okay, what is this? Oh, this is a ticker I got going. Oh, those are the books. The ticker, Diluting Wala Wal Bara, Volume 1 and 2 by Sheikh Kareem Abu Zaid. You can get that from Amazon. These are the books we use. The Articles of Belief by Sheikh Muhammad Saeed Atlee is at Atlee Online. Yeah, I guess I made that ticker and forgot I had it. Okay. All right, I'm going to cut that off too. Hold on. Oh, really? Yeah, I'm looking at the brother's type here. MashaAllah. You like they said they really enjoy my class. Alhamdulillah. May Allah, you guys are Arabic? Oh, they're imams, guys. Are you from Egypt? I figure Egyptians walk like an Egyptian. Yeah, they say they can tell I'm Egyptian too. I'll talk like an Egyptian too. They said I walk like an Egyptian, look like an Egyptian. They say, and I talk like an Egyptian too. Okay, that's a compliment. Alhamdulillah. Original. He said he can tell I'm from the original. Coptic. From the pharaohs. Okay. May Allah bless you, brothers. Okay, hold on for a second. Let me switch this. Okay, the other brother's in. Okay, hold on. He's here. All right. All right. You guys are imams, huh? Toronto. You know Sheikh Hakim Quick? Sheikh Hakim Quick? Yeah. Oh, he's on the Islamic, he's on the council in Canada. They said Hakim Quick. Yeah, they know him well, they say. Okay, mashallah. They said they know Dr. Jamali too. Okay, well, okay, let me go live on this, guys. Hold on. Give me a second. Let me share this. Okay, hold on. These are Dr. Jamali's friends. So your guys are Dr. Jamali's. Okay. Alhamdulillah. May Allah bless you, brothers. And thank you for the compliments. It's nice to have the other people of knowledge compliment me, because as you guys know, as a person of dawah, I don't get that many compliments. I get, we all get more critique than anything. So it's good to have other people of knowledge compliment me. May Allah bless you guys. Okay, inshallah, everybody should be able to see my screen. Okay. And Zoom, did I share you guys to the PowerPoint or did I share you guys to this?
You see the PowerPoint.
Because this is kind of strange. Okay, hold on for a second. Huh. Okay. Y'all said I shared you right. Okay, let's go back to this. Yeah, give me a second. Because it's doing this to me. Hold on. Okay, put the screen back. Okay, so you guys say y'all see this. Okay. All right. Yeah, okay, let me move this out the way. You guys can't see. This just takes my computer screen up where I can't see. Okay, here we go. This is to be the beginning. Inshallah, everybody can see the PowerPoint here. So tonight we will be discussing pages 110 through 112 of the book Diluting Wala Wal Bara. And the book, you brothers and you imams in Canada, Sheikh Kareem Abu Zaid, of course. They say, of course. Well, there's Sheikh, yeah, they know this is Sheikh Kareem's book. Yeah, Sheikh Kareem Abu Zaid. I'm teaching his book. This is volume 2. We did volume 1. This is volume 2. And we'll be covering today pages 110 through 112. And we're going to speak about innovation. And we're going to also speak about another barrier that stands between your Fitrah and its journey back to Allah, which are the whispers of shaytan, the whispers that go to the heart from your personal jinn. And let's start off with that, inshallah. I explained to everyone here how once we reach the age of puberty, Allah assigns a jinn to us. That jinn is not your friend. He's an evil jinn. That jinn is one of the denizens of the hellfire. He will be in hell. Whether or not you will be his companion is the question. And Allah put that jinn there on purpose for a reason. His job is to try to seduce you, to disobey Allah. And that jinn is one of the awliya, or one of the allies of shaytan. We have to remember as Muslims that shaytan is our spiritual adversary. And he constantly tries to misguide and tempt us through that personal jinn. That personal jinn whispers evil thoughts into our heart. That personal jinn will make sinful actions and desires appear to be appealing. However, if it's any comfort to everyone, we should know that Allah reminds us that even though the jinn can do all those things, his power is limited. He cannot make you do anything. And this is where the Mu'tazilai differ from the people of the Sunnah. The Mu'tazilai, they don't believe that Allah is the creator of evil. They believe that we create our own evil. They also believe, some of them, that the devil makes us do bad things, like the Christians believe. Well, that's not true. Shaytan has no power over us. Your personal jinn has no power over you. All he can do is whisper, suggest, but whether you listen to him, that's your choice. Remember, when Allah gathered us on Mount Arafat, we agreed to accept free will. Free will is the ability to make our own choices. Just like Allah doesn't make you do it, shaytan doesn't make you do it either. You choose to do it. Allah just knows what our choices will be before we even make them. So the presence and influence of this personal jinn and his whispers, they pose a real threat to the integrity of our fitrah if we're not careful. That's why it's important to learn about shaytan and his different antics. I'm going to be talking about the antics that shaytan uses during the month of Ramadan. I'm going to teach you guys about that. But it's important to recognize the antics that shaytan will use to try to dupe us. And understand that even though he has all those antics, he can't make you do nothing. The power is in your own hands. Does everybody understand that? And the way to overcome shaytan is through strengthening your faith. That's why it's important to learn Aqidah. The stronger your belief system, the lesser chance your personal jinn has in winning his battle to try to get you to go to hell with him. And also, the way to overcome him is by relying on Allah and his protection. That's why the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam taught us all those supplications. What to say when you leave the house, what to say before entering the house, what to say before going to bed, what to say when people compliment you. You say, mashallah. That's why we say, mashallah. Oh, Sister Layla, that's a beautiful dress. Mashallah. Oh, Sister Layla, you look so pretty. Mashallah. By you saying mashallah, that protects you against any hasad, any jealousy, any envy that a person may have. So Allah tells us how to protect ourselves against our personal jinn. So his power is limited. He never sleeps. He's going to keep on whispering, but his power is limited. It's your choice whether to listen to him or not. So that's why it's important for us to be mindful and seek the correct knowledge of Islam. And it's also important to seek protection from Allah, the A'udhu Billahi Minash Shaitanir Rajim. It's also important to stay connected to the Quran. Ponder the meaning of it. Like Sheikh Saad's going to do today. He's going to start with the surah of the Quran and break down what it means. He's going to tell you the history, what happened to make Allah say what he said, and how you can take that and apply it in your life like the companions did. This is how we fortify our defenses against shaytan and his whispers. Does everybody understand that? So it's through conscious effort and adherence to the true teachings of our way of life that we maintain the purity of the inner light of our fitrah, and we can help it on its way back to Allah. Okay? There's a wonderful hadith whereas the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam tells us about three things. He speaks about the permissibility of having money. And he also tells us that it's part of our nature to worship Allah. That's what it means when we say that every child is born upon the fitrah. Every child is born believing in Allah, knowing that he's the only one worthy of worship, because the soul knew it when it was up there with Allah. And also in this hadith, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam speaks about the influence that your personal jinn has on you and your faith. And the hadith lets it be known that money is not haram. It's not haram to have money. It's not haram to be rich, as long as you attain it through the lawful means, and as long as you use it the way Allah commands. Remember, wealth is an amanah. It's a trust. Allah makes some of us rich and some of us are poor. If Allah has blessed you with money, that's a test to see what are you going to do with it. Are you going to succumb to its influence? Or are you going to take what you need and then help others with it? Okay? So that one part of the hadith addresses that. Then the second part of the hadith addresses how, as humans, we come in this world seeking that entity which is greater than ourselves. But it's the devils around us that steer us away from that steers us away by encouraging us to indulge in sinful actions and to associate partners, to make our children our gods, our husbands our gods, our money our gods, and all of that nonsense. So this hadith highlights the teachings of our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam regarding the nature of money, our inclination to want to seek out Allah and worship him, and how the jinns, the evil shaytan, the devils, they lead us away from that. And again, this hadith speaks about how Allah commanded the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam to teach what we did not know, and to let us know that money is lawful. Being rich is okay. But how did you obtain that money? That's the question. Did you become rich by selling drugs? Because if you became rich by selling drugs, and this is not legal money, this is not good money. And also, what do you spend it on? Do you spend it on haram things like alcohol, cigarettes? And also this hadith highlights that Allah created us all with the inclination, again, to worship him. But again, whether we fulfill that inclination or not depends on our environment, the people we're surrounded with, whether or not we have control over our desires, and all of that. And again, that personal jinn that's assigned to us at the age of puberty, it will stay with us until we die. And that jinn's job is to seduce you to turn away from Islam. Even when you go to sleep, that jinn moves from your heart to your nose and tries to get you to oversleep and miss the prayer. Their influence can even distort your understanding of the religion. Like many of you who do this happy birthday stuff, your personal jinn is telling you, don't listen to that crazy woman. Ain't nothing wrong with saying happy birthday. You believe in God. God knows you love him. Jesus love you. All that dumb stuff. The jinn will whisper all that stuff in your heart to distort your understanding of this true religion. He wants you to commit shirk. He wants you to innovate. He wants you to deviate. So again, it's important that we be aware of the tactics that our personal jinn uses against us and then protect ourselves from them. And that's why we have to recognize the boundaries that Allah set for us. Learn the lawful and the unlawful. Learn what shirk is. Learn what innovation is. Because with knowledge comes security of faith. And so now what I want to do is just speak about innovation. Innovation is the brother to shirk. What does it mean to innovate? To innovate means to introduce something new into the way we worship that was not introduced by Allah or the Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, such as birthdays. The Prophet Muhammad did not celebrate anybody's birthday. He didn't tell nobody happy birthday, and nobody told him happy birthday. That's an act of worship. So when you do it, that's an innovation. Another example, somebody tells you that after you make dua, after supplicating to Allah, you should blow in your hands and wipe over your face and body. That's innovation. Did the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam tell us to blow in our hands and wipe over our body every time we supplicate? We have to remember that in order, again, for our good deeds to be accepted, two conditions have to exist. Number one, the deed must be done solely, which means only for the sake of Allah, without anyone else, not to please nobody but Allah. And then the second condition is the deed must be performed the way the Prophet Muhammad taught us. Did he teach us to say happy birthday? That's an act of worship. Okay? Did he teach you to twirl around in a circle to get close to Allah? Did he teach you to blow in your hands and wipe over your face after supplicating? Did he teach you to bow to your mother and bow to your father? Did he teach you to bow to the president, to bow to people of authority? Because all of those actions are actions of worship. No, he didn't teach that. So we stay away from that. Does everybody understand that? And this is what makes innovation more dangerous than shirk. Because when it comes to worshiping other than Allah, when it comes to associating partners, you know it's wrong. But with innovation, you do it thinking that it's a good thing. Well, it's a good thing to celebrate the Prophet Muhammad's birthday. I think it's a good thing. We can spend this day teaching the people about the Prophet. Innovation. It sneaks up on you that way. But what we have to understand as Muslims is good intentions does not excuse the sin. Good intentions does not exclude the sin. Because you celebrate a birthday with a good intention does not take away the fact that it's a sin, that it's a sacrilege. So we have to be careful of innovation. It's more dangerous. Okay? All right, so now let me ask you a couple of questions, and all I have are 2 questions today, just 2 questions, because I want everybody to get prepared for Sheikh Saud's class. Question number 1. Innovation, many say, is worse than shirk. Why? Why is innovation considered to be worse than a worse sin than shirk? Can anybody answer that?
Probably because you put excuses on innovation. You try to put good intentions onto it, and by doing that, it's more outward, like outward in your actions than shirk is.
Exactly. We put good intentions on innovation, and whenever we put good intentions on something, that means we're less likely to do what? We're less likely to do what? Go ahead.
Repent from it.
Exactly. You're less likely to repent because you think it's a good thing. The chances of you owning up to it being bad and stopping it and repenting it is slim. Shirk is more obvious than innovation is. And that's why birthdays is so dangerous, because birthdays fall in both categories. Celebrating birthday is not just shirk, it's also innovation. You can't get around that. There's going to be a lot of you that fall in that 999 category. All your good deeds wasted because of that shirk with that birthday. Okay, let's look at the next question. What about this? Why is it that every time you set your mind to practice your religion to the best of your ability, something bad happens to make you throw in the towel and go back to your evil ways?
Your personal jinn is whispering in your ear all the time, telling you different things, and you give in to them, and then you end up doing the bad thing instead of doing the good things.
MashaAllah, exactly. Your personal jinn, he gets angry. He don't want to see you practice your deen. So when something bad comes, because Allah is the one that brings the bad about too. When you decide that you're going to start practicing the deen, Allah is going to test you. He's going to make something bad happen to see, are you sincere? Are you for real? Your jinn knows it's a test, and he's going to try to get you to fail it. He's going to say, see, what's the point? Even when you practice your religion, bad things are still going to happen. So why don't you just throw in the towel? Just go on and get high, go party, have drugs, smoke some weed, go to the hookah shop. Subhanallah. So your jinn is a constant reminder to you to give in to your desires and sin. He doesn't want to see you change the condition of yourself to that which is pleasing to Allah. He doesn't want to see you change to that which is which can earn the love of Allah. Okay, mashallah, you guys did pretty good on that quiz. I'm going to stop right here. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Are there any questions or comments? And by the way, guys, please support this dawah effort. You know, we are a nonprofit organization. What does that mean? That means we are a 401c. That means any donations that you make go to help support this website. And it costs $2,000 a month to pay for our website expenses, because unfortunately, this ain't the year 1986 anymore. This is the year 2024. So the internet is not free. Everything on the internet costs money. And we need money to keep putting the videos out. It costs money for me to be able to stream. And by the way, Sister Lucy, thank you for your donation too. I've been meaning to tell you that in person. May Allah bless you, Sister Lucy. So please, guys, support this dawah effort. We are so desperate, you know, for donations, you know, and look at the reward that you're going to get from Allah. because without your donations, we wouldn't be able to stream. Without your donations, the videos wouldn't get put out. Without your donations, my plans, my lessons, my PowerPoint, I can't even use the PowerPoint. We pay for all of that. That flowing PowerPoint, I pay money for that every month. It ain't free. We pay the monthly charges. So that's why it's $2,000 a month, because I'm on the monthly plan, being that we are a website. All our plans are monthly. My Zoom room, we pay by the month. The stream program, by the month. The video making program, by the month, because we don't have thousands of dollars to pay for stuff like the masjids do. We're not a masjid. We are an online Islamic school. So, you know, we're a nonprofit. So please support us. Okay, are there any questions? Okay, I'm going to log out for right now. Sheikh Saud's class will be in 30 minutes. In 30 minutes, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Guys, it is such an honor to have a man of his prestige here at Sunnah Followers teaching, because he's a real scholar. You know, he's not one of these famous personalities that's really a ruwaybida. He's a real scholar. He's a jurist. He's one of the AMJA jurists on the American Muslim jurists. He's one that makes rulings. He makes rulings on not just divorce and marriage, but all that, fatwa, all of that. So please be back here at 8 p.m. So you can, and his English is good. That's the good thing that the imams say. That's the good thing too. He speaks in good English. So he doesn't have an accent that's going to get in the way. He's Egyptian, but his accent is clear. It's a clear accent. Not as good as Dr. Ali's, but it's good. Dr. Ali was born in America. That's why his accent is so good. All right. Okay, so I'm going to log out for right now, and inshallah, we'll be back at 8. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.